Hey guys, welcome to 5nothing100nothing.com. My name is Fugget. That stands for Fittest Underdog Guru Using Intelligent Tactics. Today, guys, I want to talk to you about getting abs, no exercise. So I'm going to teach you how to get those abs popping and showing visually without having to do exercise, because as much as I want you guys to exercise, and exercise has a lot of health benefits, from being one of the best antidepressants you can use as a method to cure the blues, or to increase your productivity and just give you a general overall sense of well-being. You can do it without exercise, although I don't encourage you to do it without it. But for my lazy folks out there, and those who haven't quite bought into it and drank the Kool-Aid of exercise, here's the tip. So how do you get abs? There's proven methods I'm going to tell you today that work every time. All right. So the first thing is, I want to tell you, first of all already have abs. Okay. And if you didn't have abs, I'll prove it to you why you do have them. If you didn't have them, you wouldn't have been able to get out of bed this morning. So if you were laying in bed in the morning and you're watching this video, well, I don't know how old you are, but you've got a long track record of getting your ass out of bed every day. So without abs, without abdominal muscles, you would not be able to move and change your body position, etc. There's a lot of things you wouldn't be able to do without abs. So think about this. If you've ever broken your ribs or know somebody that did, and the ribs are right under the abdominal muscles, you're not able to really activate your abs without having some pain through that rib cage area, wherever you have a hairline fracture, what have you. And getting up and moving around is pretty darn difficult. So if you didn't have them, you wouldn't be able to get up. The problem is that they're there, you've just got a little bit of fat over them, maybe a lot of fat, I don't know. But you got out of bed. And what is the primary purpose of abs? It's not to get laid, okay? It's not to look cool on the beach. It's not anything. If you want to look at purely evolutionary reason or purpose for abdominals, it's to protect your vital organs. Think about where your vital organs are. They're right in the center or the core of your body. So, if you didn't have abdominals there, they would be more exposed to predators and or to injury in case of a sudden blunt trauma or of slip and fall or what have you. So a strong core does many things outside of just becoming visually appealing and sexy. But for our purposes in this day and age, I'm sure it's more about how you look and how you feel. So anyways, that's the real purpose for the abs. And let's get into the things that you can do outside of exercise, because we'll cover exercise and exercises in another video. But again, I'm just trying to appeal to my lazy folks. And also, I'll be honest, to the exercisers out there that are doing, the plank challenges and 500 sit-ups a day, or, all types of looking for the new sexy ab exercise, what you can do to strengthen your core and this and that, and have your abs popping and looking better. Some of you need this information as well, because you're doing the exercise portion right, but you might be missing these little things that make a bigger difference than the exercise alone. The first thing is identifying if you're insulin sensitive. So if you have an insulin sensitivity or insulin resistance, if you tend to store fat in your midsection more so than on your extremities, like your arms or legs, or upper torso, back, but it just seems to be centered right in the middle, you might have that spare tire or the little muffin top. You probably have an insulin resistance issue, and that could be related to diet. It might need meds. That's something between you and your doctor. But purely from a behavioral standpoint and lifestyle decisions, if you cut down on your sugars, you reduce the amount of simple sugar you're eating. So, anything that's obviously a pastry or simple sugar like that, sweets, outside of fruit. And don't go getting a smoothie and thinking you're doing something healthy, because it takes a lot of fruit to make a smoothie, and that typically drives the sugar content up. So if you're going to eat fruit, eat it in its whole form with the fiber and all. That way you're going to ingest less of it because it's water-rich, fiber-rich, so less fruit will give you satiety. So think about that. Outside of that, if you decrease your sugars, not just from the obvious sugar, but things like refined grains. So your white breads, even wheat bread, for some people that are pretty sensitive. I know that I tend to be sensitive, and that's why I've been doing a ketogenic diet, having great success. Low cravings, high satiety level or fullness level, because it's increasing my healthy fats. So I'm eating things from avocado, coconut oil, fatty nuts like macadamia nuts, pecans, what have you. A lot of those nuts, they really do fill you up and give you a ton of energy, and it takes less of them actually than it would simple carbohydrates to fill up on. So keep that in mind. Decreasing your sugars, increasing your healthy fats. You don't have to necessarily do a ketogenic diet. I mean, you could still have things like brown rice, potatoes, etc., but be mindful of portion control. And I can't give you an exact number or exact amount of grams a day to eat because everyone's different. Everyone's got a different metabolic rate. Wherever you're at, if you're not happy with your weight and you're a little overweight or you have fat stored there, reducing your total calories and in particular starting with your simple carbohydrates is going to make a huge difference. Find a way to track your calories. So all of these different weight loss systems, they have one thing in common. For the most part, over the years and most of the diet trends that have come and gone. And that is the total number of calories taken in a day is generally in a reduced number from whatever your previous intake was prior to the diet. So that's the lowest common denominator with these systems, you guys, because any argument against, oh, this diet's better than that diet, or, I'm all in with keto, or I'm all in with Atkins or a Mediterranean diet, or if it fits my macro stuff. Basically, at the end of the day, the best diet is the one that you can adhere to day after day, and that you feel that you can still function at a high level for the pace and energy that you need in your everyday life without feeling compromised there. So that's the best diet. So, always keep those things in mind. Now, some of you have no problem with carbohydrates. You can eat tons of carbs. Your energy's good, you're lean, and you have no issue with that. So for you, there's probably a different recommendation, but maybe in this next section, it might apply to you. So keep that in mind. Watching just that, I don't care if you use a Weight Watchers app, if you use Fit Day or any of these, however you want to track it, and you can do it day in and day out. Do that. Even if you do it just for a week or for a few days with your average intake or what your daily average is, and you kind of get an idea of that, that's going to help you to be more aware when you are eating, how much you're having. Is it portion control that's your problem? Is it late night eating? Everyone's got a different problem, but a different issue, and things that are their vices and things that they like to eat. So be aware of that, you guys. The other thing is, and lastly, is eliminating alcohol. So socially, it's very acceptable to drink when you're out partying or you're at a social function. It's a big part of a lot of people's lives. And if you've got a set goal it's like time sensitive, whether it's a vacation or you're getting ready for a photo shoot or something, that's one really good way that I found for a lot of people, that if they can eliminate alcohol or greatly reduce it to like 1 drink a week or so, then that's going to make a big difference. And there's a lot of reasons why that works, but first I'll give you some social proof. Think about it. Why do we call somebody with a big belly, they have a beer belly, or it's a beer gut? Well, there's a common theme there. Usually they're consuming a lot of beer. If they're partying, this and that, and they're doing it often and drinking a lot of beer, they tend to develop a belly, okay? So alcohol has a negative effect when it comes to trying to reduce body fat through the midsection. That's where it tends to store. And the reason for that is twofold. One is that whenever you're consuming alcohol, your testosterone production is reduced. So it can suppress testosterone production. And with testosterone production, you're going to have increased muscle mass, and you're also going to keep your, if you reduce alcohol, you're going to also let your fat-burning hormones work optimally. It's not going to mess them all up or muddy the water, so to speak. That's more of the layman's term example of that. It inhibits your fat loss. So it slows the production of your fat loss hormones, and it has a negative effect when you're trying to lose weight. You might be in good shape. You might maintain homeostasis or stay where you're at. Let's say you're 15% body fat and you're drinking alcohol and you're working hard. You might just stay at 15%. You may not lose or gain weight. You might just maintain where you're at. And this is for someone who wants to transform, somebody who wants to make changes that are visually apparent in their bodies and reach their goals. So it's about self-improvement. So if you're happy with where you're at, you're probably not watching this video. So click off, or actually don't click off. I need the views. So anyways, think about this too. And this is all generally speaking. Men generally lose weight faster than women. I have a lot of female clients, and they'll, make a change in their diet and start exercising a little more, and they might have the husband who works a lot or just doesn't want to go to the gym, and he'll just take on the same changes that his wife does. And the wife comes in and she bitches to me. She's like, it's not fair. Men always lose faster. He just cuts down 1 or 2 beers a night and he's lost 10 pounds. Well, men have more muscle mass generally, and we have more testosterone. So that strengthens the argument right there. I know people that have cut out sugars completely. I know people that have cut out alcohol completely. And in every instance, they've lost body fat, and they've lost it predominantly through their midsection. So that's news you can all use, and news that I currently use, and I've seen it work every time. So chew on that, you guys. Now exercise, we'll cover it in another video. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe, comment, share, all of it. 5nothing100nothing.com. And I wish you guys well. Let me know how you're doing with that. It's all generalities, no specifics. If you are looking for more specifics, comment or go to the 5nothing.com, 5nothing100nothing.com site, and then you can reach me there and book a Skype or a FaceTime session, what have you, and we can consult there, and I can give you a lot more direction, since this is what I do for a living and have done it for 20 years, is help with body composition, fat loss, nutrition, lifestyle changes. Take care, you guys. Thanks for watching. Peace out.